we have our opportunity cost calculator, and we've got loaded into the calculator 10 properties. All right. I'm going to go over to the accounts tab, and I'm clicking on the accounts tab now, and we're going to load in. We're going to show you how these 10 properties are in here so that you can see what's going on. And we're going to go over the basics. Okay. So here's what John and Rebecca Jones have in their bank accounts right now, starting out. Okay. They have $500 in checking. They have $5,000 in savings. Okay. And here's what we're looking at. We're looking at mortgage number 10. There it is. And then we start with mortgage number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, 8, 9, and a HELOC. Ooh, did I say 10 mortgages? It's actually 11, because a HELOC is a second mortgage on one of the properties. So we've got 11 mortgages in here, and let's see how the program deals with it. So let's go to action plan and see what's going on. All right. So when we go to action plan, I need to show you folks that they are going to save in the upper right hand corner. Look how much interest they are going to save. $1,458,343 in interest they will not have to pay. Okay. They won't have to pay that. All right. And we're going over right now how in the world that we are leaving millions of dollars on the table, and we don't have to if you're a real estate investor. Now, if real estate investors can do this with 10 properties, what could you do with one if you are a residential homeowner? Residential homeowners pay off their loans, all of their loans, in an average of 7 to 9 years. Okay, an average of 7 to 9 years. So if you want to know how to do that, we're going to go over how you can save that kind of money in just a few minutes. Now, look, we're starting out in May, and look, here's how much they're bringing in rents each month: $15,000. Okay. And then as they're bringing in that money, then the program says, oh, out of that, based on what you have to pay, all right, what you have to pay out is $353.61 into your savings account. All right. So the program is asking John and Rebecca Jones to put that money in their savings account, and then they pay the mortgage. So these are all what you see here, folks. These mortgage payments are just the minimum payments, just the minimum payments. So this one on mortgage number 8, all right, $1,400. And then we've got another one for $626. Here's another one for $278. And you see, these are just the regular mortgage payments. No extra money is going to the debt this month. Also, he received a bonus from his job. All right. And that was $7,000. And then he got a paycheck for $6,000. All right. And then paid on the mortgage, paid $550 on the Visa. All right. Paid mortgage number 7. And then unitemized budget. So that is the part of the money that they spend on the family just to have a little fun. Okay. So let's take a look at June. All right. So we look at June, we get another $15,000 in for rent. The program says, let's put $1,900 in savings. Let's put another $7,000 in savings. All right. Because that's money they don't need to spend for anything else. So we're building up the savings. Okay. We're told the program how much we need to spend on reinvesting. And so the program says, well, we can't spend that. So we're only going to put a lesser amount in your savings so that we can attack the debt. So now we put that money in savings, and look what the program says. Take that money, some of the money out of savings, and you read it from left to right. All right. Take money from savings, put it on the HELOC, pay the HELOC to 0. Watch what happens when we do. All right. So we're going to pay that to the HELOC and pay it down to 0. All right. And we just tell the program that we paid it, $3,461.58. Then the program does another little calculation. Watch this. And says, here's how much interest you save by paying this HELOC off, the $3,461.58. You're going to save $998.34 in interest you will not pay. Okay. By doing that. So here's what we're doing now. So the program says, now, once you pay off the HELOC, what else are you doing? We're going to, on the first of the month in June, we're going to take money from savings and put it on which mortgage? Mortgage number 9. Remember, there are 11 mortgages here. First mortgages and one second mortgage, the HELOC. The HELOC has already been paid to zero out of savings money. Okay. Now the program says out of all the rest of the first mortgages, all right, if we have 10 of those, the program chooses mortgage number 9 out of the 10. And we're going to find out why. And so when we execute that, we get to see that the program says put $4,048.31 on the debt. Now, let's see, out of that, let's go ahead and take a look at, I'm going to go to accounts. I'm going to go into accounts and we're going to actually do some of these actions. Okay. We're actually going to do some of these actions. The program says take money from checking, put it into savings. We're going to execute that. Okay. We're going to follow the program as far as that's concerned. All right. We're going to follow that and we're going to go down and the program says, put this amount in savings and put this amount in savings. All right. So we're going to do those two actions by clicking on execute multiple actions. We're going to put that in savings. All right. We're going to execute that. Now, once we do that, now we're going to take a look at the accounts and see how all of that works. We have over $14,000 in savings here. So now we'll go back. All right. Go back to the action plan. All right. Go back to the action plan. All right. Oh, I forgot to put our money in the bank. Okay. Let's execute that. Put our money in the bank into the checking account. Okay. So now let's go down and take a look at what the program is doing now. Wow. So we're going to put $4,048.31 on mortgage number 9. Okay. We have a lot of money in the bank, but it says we're only taking out about $7,000 of it, $3,400 on the HELOC, $4,000 on mortgage number 9. Look at what it does when you do that. I need you to see this, folks. By putting $4,000, advancing that out of your savings account to mortgage number 9, look how much interest we eliminate. Future interest savings, $47,081.24. $4,000 on the debt, and we save $47,000 in interest. How powerful is that? Now, here's what this means. If John and Rebecca Jones had paid this mortgage down naturally by making the regular monthly payment until they paid the mortgage down by $4,048.31, the bank would have charged them $47,000 in interest to do it. So look at this. I'm going to give you some insight into the program that shows you how can the program figure out by putting $4,000 on the debt that we can save $47,000 in interest. I'm going to do some basic math. It won't come out exactly right, but you'll be able to see what we're talking about. Okay. So let us go in to the accounts. I need you to see this. Now I'm scrolling down. So we're supposed to put money on mortgage number 9. So let me go down here and find mortgage number 9, 56789. Now, mortgage number 9, $487,000 at 6.5%. Do you realize that real estate investors are paying that kind of interest right now? And I want to tell you that if your interest rate is at 6.5%, if you know what to do, if you have this program, if you have our training, if you have our education, which we provide for all of our clients, you're going to find out that the 6.5% interest rate is better for a real estate investor than 2.99. 6.5% is better than 2.99 if you want to gain equity faster and cost you less interest overall if you know what to do.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. and it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L. method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.